That didn't take long, did it, Simon, for the open warfare to break out?
No, which is a bit of a surprise, actually, because Davis and Hammond have been increasingly aligned over the last year or so, kind of viewing themselves perhaps as the adults in the room. But it does demonstrate just what Theresa May has found herself facing in the wake of that election. Big, important ministers more willing to talk out in public about positions, kind of, in some cases, kind of undermining her own strategy. And that's going to serve a problem in the talks, because then the Europeans will say, well, who really speaks for Britain? Is it David Davis, or is it the Chancellor? Is it Theresa May? So lots of complications there.
On that note of who do we talk to, was it significant that the Chancellor decided to go to Berlin to make these comments?
Absolutely. This is a Chancellor reborn. You know, a few weeks ago he was headed for the chop, if you believed newspaper reports, and then obviously that election meant that Theresa May had to keep him on board, and he's perhaps seen that as a reason to flex his muscles. So he's in Germany yesterday talking about quite a softish Brexit compared to the pre-election rhetoric, and then David Davis speaking in London, perhaps reining it in, talking more about leaving the customs union on the day of Brexit. And perhaps it could just be language differences. It could be the fact that Philip Hammond's talking about then negotiating a return to the customs union, so you have to leave it and then kind of set up a trade deal afterwards. But certainly mixed messages from the height of British government.
Simon, the other thing I see is the word austerity percolating up again. Do you perceive, with all your years of experience, that we've got a budget in the United Kingdom that is austerity personified?
Traditionally, it has been. Certainly, it was through George Osborne's running of the Treasury. We already did see a bit of a pullback in the wake of Brexit. Philip Hammond used his first budget to ease off a little, but certainly there is pressure from the electorate to end the freeze, or at least change the freeze on public service pay. And while Philip Hammond has to date maintained kind of an austere line in public, the importance of paying down debt, the more political figures who have less responsibility for the calculators are probably going to be pushing him to ease off a little further when he holds his next budget.